I will edit the video. For the moment, I just push it to go. 1 second. Can somebody check?
Yes, I see it's on. So
Okay.
fantastic. And of course, we do have our partner ROI Training, who provide cloud architect or associate cloud engineer training for free for everyone who tweets. Linda, are you ready with all the info?
Yeah, we will have 5 vouchers for the cloud certifications training for associate engineer, for professional architect, and I think they have data engineering also. So a value of $500, and for O'Reilly will offer 10 books, ebooks, approximately a value of $50 each. So if you tweet a picture from our event with this hashtag IWD Northeast 2022, you will get a chance to enter our raffle, because we will use the wheel of names by pulling the hashtag. So it's very important that even if you retweet one of our tweets, to have this hashtag in it, so we can pull your name. And of course, this event will not be possible without Google's support, GDGs, and Women Techmakers ambassadors programs. So we are really grateful, and we are happy to be here with you. And also, we have NFT future founders, and we transact as our sponsors. And we are very grateful for the workshop hands-on that we just had going on before. I will pass the mic to Laritza, or who is next?
I'll do the introduction first. Yes, perfect. Great, awesome. So just wanted to reiterate, welcome everybody to IWD Northeast 2022. I am Roman Jacques, Flutter GDE, lead organizer at GDG Lawrence and GDG mentor for the Northeast as well. So the person I'm about to present is not only one of the smartest and most talented people I've ever known, with a huge list of accolades and awards under her belt and accomplishments that go around the block through her career. She has a beautiful family, but also she's an amazing down-to-earth human being, which I'm honored to consider a good friend, a mentor, and I can say it proudly, a fellow Dominican. So again, one of the few people at Google that I can say, I know her, she's a friend of mine. So I'm really, really glad for that. So without further ado, let me present to you Clarissa Abreu. She's a technology evangelist, a technology solutions architect at Google, and she's an exemplary role model in the Latino community for her great contributions in the tech community, her social activism, who will be talking to us about why Google, and when it comes to what it makes a difference from other cloud providers. I'm a big fan. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of the Google Cloud, so I know this session, it will be a treat for me, and I hope that for all of you as well. So you can learn more about Clarissa if you just go and visit her site. I'm just going to drop it here, claritzaAbreu.com. You can learn more about her in her website. So again, without further ado, bienvenida Clarissa. Welcome again to IWD. The floor is yours. And before you start, I just wanted to say, anybody has any questions, please drop it in the chat. I'll collect those questions and then we'll ask her at the end. So welcome again, Clarissa.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Roman. And thank you all for being here today. It's such a pleasure, such an honor for me to be here. And more than anything, celebrating Women's International Month and Women's International Day. So I'm so happy and proud to share what I have to, to share with you today, which is about Google and how we can all benefit from having wonderful companies like this in technology. So I'm going to share my screen now. Let's see here. And let me just go all the way up. Oops, sorry. All right. So, my name is Clarita Abreu. Thank you, Roman, for such a wonderful introduction. I feel very humble about, everything you say. It's actually a pleasure for me and an honor for me to be count with you as a friend. So, thank you so much. Um, I've been with Google for about a year and a half. My role there is a principal architect, and I'm assigned to financial services vertical, and I've been more than excited to work in such I would say, powerful industry, right, around the world, and contributing with what I can add value not only to the industry but also to the whole society as a whole, right? So I wanted to start by introducing what cloud computing is, just in case some of you may not be so familiar with cloud computing. And then I want to go into what Alphabet and the Google culture, why I'm so happy and excited to be at Google, and then what is Google Cloud. If that makes sense to you, I'll get ahead and start. Just a little bit more about me. I came originally from Dominican Republic to the Boston, greater Boston area. Has been around for a while. I have about 20 years of experience in the healthcare industry, working for government agencies and also a lot of nonprofit organizations. And then after healthcare, I switched my career into financial services. I worked for the Federal Reserve Bank for some time, and then State Street, and now work for financial services at Google. So, being in the academia as well, I taught for about 12 years at Cambridge College, which is a local college here in Boston. So, mentoring education is a big part of the things that I do every day. I continue to do it more in an ad hoc basis, but it's one of the things that I really love and enjoy. So, I call myself a technology evangelist because technology have changed my life ever since I took that choice as a career. And I hope I can continue doing so and engaging more people like all of you to get into the technology industry. So, with that, I'll get started. And what is cloud computing, right? Cloud computing is nothing more than an on demand, self service, no human intervention needed to technology resources. And that could be, broadband network resource pulling from, any of the technology that we have available today, rapid elasticity and a scale to large um, uh, amounts of data, measure service. You can have, you pay for what you use. That's what cloud computing is, right? It's a flexible environment where everyone can have access to and can have visibility into what they spend on a day-to-day basis. So how do we get here and where we going, right? So originally, we started being in a physical location, right? Data centers used to be, in each of the companies, we have a big room that was, the information system area, or, different places will call it different ways, the data center, the computer center, etc. Right? So that was user configured, was manually configured most of the time, was managed and maintained by in-house. Then we moved to a more of a virtualized world on where users would configure and providers would manage the environment and maintain the environment. Now we're moving to a more of a serverless, fully automated offsite locations. Along with that, companies have been moving to be more of a data company. So what we're trying to do with the new cloud is that companies do what they do best, which is do their own business and not having to worry about the physical infrastructure and technology infrastructure, but focus on the main business mission of the business. So as of today, every industry is going digital. So the demand for qualified resources in the digital world have exponentially growth over the past few years. So by 2021, more than 75% of mid-sized and large organizations will have adopt multi-cloud, or at least that's what we projected, right? By 2022, public cloud will be essential 90% of business innovation. And by 2025, the world's data is expected to swell more than 5 times of the current size. And if you think about that, that's a lot of data that we need to manage and that we need to be able to access. So how is Google helping with that in exponential growth of data around the world? I want to start by talking to you about our culture and how we have been so successful. Most of you are familiar with, the search engine of Google. And that's just one of our products that have made us so proud over the course of the years. But Google Cloud is part of a larger family under Alphabet, which is the umbrella company. Alphabet owns and operates many different innovating companies around the world. Google Cloud is one of them, and we all work together in bringing innovation and value to society and to companies around the world. As of today, Google has 9 products with more than 1 billion users. That's a lot to say, right? So that proves that our company has been not only successful over the years in attracting users to their products, but also the innovation and the changes that the company has brought around the world. If you see our history since 1997, when Google Search started, up until 2019, and even up until today, we continuously deploy new products and services, bringing innovation and efficiencies around the world, including being the leaders in artificial intelligence and machine learning to continue to contribute how we're changing the world and transforming data as we go along. If you think about where we were in 1998 when the company was founded to where we are today, the company was created with the mission of organizing the world's information and making it universally accessible and useful. That was the mission that was created in 1998, and as of today, that's still our mission. So with Alphabet, we have more, this is by 2021. As of today, we have probably more than 150,000 employees. And these numbers have year by year continued to grow at a 20% or more growth. So those 9 cloud products with 1 billion users have proved us and around our users that we can bring a culture of innovation around the work that we do. We manage a concept called moonshot. And what is a moonshot for us? Moonshot for Google is a big problem, a huge problem that needs a radical solution with breakthrough technology. And that's what we like to work on, and that's what we usually go after, because we like to be innovative. We like to be able to solve, problems and bring solutions that impact the whole society. So based on that, our culture is based on our focus on the users and how we can be useful and relevant to everyone. We protect our users by having strong privacy standards and practices. We collect information. Our information collection policies are transparent. We protect the way the data is being used. We try to be inclusive. We think 10 times. This is the moonshot, right? We try to tackle challenging and complex problems by bringing breakthrough technology solutions. So we try to be disruptive, but at the same time, incremental. So that way, the solutions that we bring to the table, they're used, and they are not only used, but they are sustainable over the years. We support innovation, and that is supported across the board. For example, in our company, we have what we call the 20% project, which is time that we allowed or that every employee has to work and pursue any idea or project that they would like to pursue. So a lot of the product ideas that we have currently in place have come up with those 20% projects that employees have worked over the course of the years. We also have a culture of sharing. So we share a lot of information among ourselves and with our customers. We try to be as transparent as possible with our objectives in our reports. That's easily able to find if you Google it, right? But not only that, we try to share and collaborate in everything that we do. For example, every time I have a question in a particular project, I can just throw the question in a chat and I get the support from coworkers and people that may not necessarily be in my same area, but that everybody's willing to help. We try to build the right team. So one of the things that I encourage people is to apply to Google, because Google tried to find the best candidates for each one of these roles. But what we look in those candidates are, what are the different contributions that you as a person can bring to the table? It's not just about technical skills. It's about, your personal traits that can bring the team together, that you can bring to the team that can make a better team, right? We have what we call role related knowledge, which is a part of what we look in candidates, but we also look at leadership. We look at cognitive abilities. We look at your Googliness, which would be, how do you work and share and collaborate with others? So I highly encourage everyone to take a pick of what opportunities we have and how you can fit it into those. And we try to be open, right? So we share with the world everything we do. We are big in open source, creating an ecosystems of open source communities, and we foster those communities. Most of our products are open source, so that that have been around for quite some time. And the ones that we currently work on, a lot of our products are made open so everyone can benefit from it. So Google have based their culture and innovation. All of these products that you see, not only the ones in Google Cloud, but also in other companies related under Alphabet, come from those from the culture of innovation in Moonshot that we spoke earlier. So what is Google Cloud and how Google Cloud can enable innovation for different companies around the world? I want to talk to you a little bit about what Google Cloud is all about. So since 1998, Google has strived to build the fastest, powerful, and high-quality cloud infrastructure. So what happened was that at some point down the line, Google decided to share all that infrastructure with others. So the mission of Google was, as we said, it was organize the world's information, make it universally accessible and useful to all. So what we did with Google is to provide those organizations the best infrastructure, platform, and solutions to be able to accomplish that information organization, and making sure that they can benefit from our own technology that we have created over the years. So the business model for Google is that we work business to business. We create business to business solutions that they leverage our own Google underlying infrastructure to power their digital transformation. One of the things that attracted me when I came to Google was the fact that all the technology that we bring to our customers are the same technologies that we use for our own products. And that makes a big difference for me, because I would not be able to sell or bring technology to somebody else if I'm not able to experience it myself. I think that was one of the most things that I kind of impressed me and motivated me to work for Google, is that sort of sense of ethic of, we use it, we know how it works, we know if there's any pains, we suffer the pain, but we work with the customer to bring the best quality products. So Google opened up all the services that we currently use internally to our customers. And that started with productivity and work transformation products, smart analytics, data management, as well as infrastructure as a service. So through Google Cloud, we bring a full stack of development platform for companies to benefit from it. So what makes Google different from the other cloud providers? First and foremost, our cloud is one of the best in class security. We protect data and users. For the most part, you have not seen Google in the news, just because we pride ourselves to have one of the best in class security. The second piece is hybrid multi-cloud. We don't let customers into our technology. Our technology is fully open, and we play and work with the customer to service them where they are. You know, we are big fans of multi-cloud and hybrid cloud. We can work with the customer whether they are on-prem or whether they are uses multi-cloud providers. Our services are fully managed, no operations. It can be easy to use with serverless. So we take away from our customers all that headache of managing an infrastructure. So that's one of the things that we do the best here. We also have embedded AI and machine learning. We built intelligence into pretty much every single aspect of our products, so customers can have access to data and transparency across all our products and services. And the other piece that actually impressed me a lot was that whenever we work with a customer, we bring the best of Google, meaning we bring not only products and services, but we bring our culture of innovation to our customers and partners. We work with them, we develop them, and we help them transform their culture in the way that we have carried on our culture for the last 20 years. And that's why it's so important for me to present the culture to you at the beginning of this presentation. So Google is secure, reliable, offers secure, reliable infrastructure. We don't lock into one particular vendor, so we are pretty open in terms of our products and services. We have the flexibility of multi-cloud, and we have the tools to empower developers to be innovative. Another big thing for us at Google is that the commitment to the environmental responsibility. Google is one of the world's largest corporate purchasers of renewable energy, 100% carbon neutral since 2007. That's a lot to say. And we had the first data center to achieve the ISO 14001 certification that had to do with environmental responsibility. So when I say that we bring the best of Google to cloud, is that we bring not only the culture of innovation and agility, but we bring our full portfolio of products and services. And with our industry experience, we bring our customers the best of Google in terms of our best products, our best reference architectures, our best resources to make them successful. So bringing the best of Google, or bringing one Google, means not only bringing the people and the resources that we have in Google Cloud, but all the other resources that we have across Alphabet. Sorry. So our enterprise have journeys in many different companies. These are just some examples of companies that we have worked with around the world. And people will say, why do I choose Google? Well, basically because enable developers to build, test, and deploy applications that are highly secure, reliable, and scalable. When we get to a customer, what we do is that we bring the best of Google to meet them where they are, right? If a customer is still on-prem, we have solutions that can be hybrid, both on-prem and off-prem, right? That can bridge that gap between the on-prem services that they have, and we bring that bridge, we implement the bridge for them to help them to go to cloud. And over the course of the engagement, we help them not only go from on-prem through the journey of being in the cloud and bringing all their services to the cloud. Not only we do that on-prem, but we can do that all around the world, right? So we help companies that may be in one region or in multiple regions. Um, we have regions all over the world, as you can see here in the map. So far, we have about 13 different regions across the United States and across the world. But here you can see how we have different points of presence in even more countries around the world. Um, these are some of the statistics around what the regions that we serve. We have about 28 regions around the world, 85 zones, 146 point of presence, and so forth. So by 2020, we were launching 4 regions and announcing 8 more regions coming up. Some of those have been already launched, as well as subsea cables, which we launched 2 more last year. With the pandemic, some of the things kind of slowed down, but this is how. So our infrastructure is spread all around the world to be able to serve our customers, right, in a more secure design, um, and with higher performance. So Google offers a fully automated operation, easy to use, quick to deploy, and optimized to spend just by use, based on demand. That's one of the biggest benefits for companies in the world. So another benefit for us is the hybrid and multi-cloud solutions, right? We have solutions that allow companies to deploy applications at any other service providers, whether they have cloud service provider, whether they have AWS, whether they have Azure. Google can play and work with all different cloud providers. Our solutions, like I mentioned before, not only are multi-cloud, but they also open cloud. We can help along with partners, upload and migrate workloads that are fairly new to the company, as well as the legacy system into the Google Cloud throughout. We have what we call advanced and embedded artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities. We are the leaders based on Forrester and in computer vision platforms in AI ML, as well as and decision making. For example, we have a customer contact center AI, which is a combination of multiple AI solutions and machine learning that can help customers improve their customer experience and support their customer in up to 120 languages, for example. Another piece that makes us different from the other cloud providers is the way that we do our pricing. Our pricing is this per second billing. We have what we call discounts. We have, on demand. So customers just pay for what they use. We also work with partners. So if you work at any of these companies, you will probably hear how we work together with partners. Google, whenever we get to work with a customer, we work through partners and with partners to help them bring the best resources in the right amount of resources to those companies so we can accelerate their cloud adoption. These are just some examples of our partners' ecosystem. So our unique services accelerate the transformation of the company. So we bring industry expertise, engineering. We also bring what we call technical account management, where we have technical teams focusing on a particular project. We do consulting, and we also do role-based training. We provide all the training that is necessary for the company to adopt cloud. As part of a certification and compliance, we follow all the standards, regulations, and have all the certifications that are required, not only in the United States, but all around the world. And these are just some of the examples of certifications and regulations that we comply with when it comes to data. We are innovating in all different industries: retail, healthcare, financial services, which is the one where I am focusing on in my current role, media and entertainment, telecommunication, manufacturing, public sector. I had the opportunity to work in public sector last year, and that was really very exciting to me to see how Google is transforming the way society is advancing technology, especially in the education and when it came from the pandemic, how we were able to help government to mitigate a lot of the issues related to the pandemic using technology. So the way we work with our customers is we help them define their workloads and their projects. We help them migrate from their on-prem current environment, and we move them to what we call digital transformation, which is to deliver new customer experiences to their customers and redesign the way they do business. So I hope with that I can had provided an overview of what Google is all about and how do we work with our customers, and hopefully encourage you to think of Google not only for technology, for the use of the technology, but also to be a contributor and come to our organization as well and share our culture. So I'm happy to answer any questions now.
Just wanted to say thank you once again, Claritza. It was such a treat. Again, thank you so much for accepting our invitation once again to IWD Northeast 2022. So thank you so much. I hope that everybody also enjoyed that session as well. And I believe we do have one question in queue, and let's just ask it real quick. So the question is, what's the best way for, let's say, a startup, like a mom and pop shop that are doing things still on paper with very limited budget and no in-house IT to adopt the cloud?
Yes, I would say that especially for small startups start what we call cloud native, right? So the first thing I would do is try to engage with our Google team, especially small businesses contacts. Um, one of the first thing is to get an overview, right? Get an overview of what Google is all about. We have a lot of training available in Coursera that is all for free. Google.com is very resourceful when it comes to training and overview of what the different educational and training programs we have. First, I would say I would go through that sort of educational process, and then contact our small business uh, line of services and sign up for Google Cloud. For example, Google Workspace is the Google suite that could help with uh, office and communication productivity and so forth. That's easy to sign up. You can do that, and that way it would allow you to work from anywhere around the world. But in terms of Google Cloud and using Google Cloud services, by all means, signing up and talking to our small business service line would be definitely the way to go.
Makes sense. Thank you. Thank you so much for that answer. Does anybody else have any questions? I'm looking at the queue. I see Alexis asking a question. What? Thank you, Alexis. What funding avenues does Google offer for Google Cloud platforms and startup like ours at WeTransact.life? Oh, you're asking specifically about WeTransact? Oh, like funding avenues for Google Cloud platforms and startups like WeTransact. So yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of benefits for especially startups and that discounts, I would want to say, for a lot of the startup when they want to use. Is this We Transact a nonprofit or is it for profit? Is it a nonprofit or
I think
nonprofit?
it's a non-profit, but let's see if Alexis will answer in the chat. But I think
Yeah.
it's a
Oh, okay. So if it's a for-profit, yes, there's always discount for small startups, but in particular for nonprofits, there's always a lot of discounts as well that can be applied. So, again, like I mentioned before, working with a Google contact, I think would be the best way to go, because that person can work with you and facilitate and come up with a plan for your company, for your startup.
Thank you, Alexis, for your question.
It was for
Great. Yes, thank you, Alexis, for your question. Anybody else? If you don't have any other questions, again, you can follow Claritza Abreu. I just dropped the link to her website in there, but she's always out there in the community posting great stuff on LinkedIn. So you should be able to follow her if you want to be always in the know and knowing the latest and the greatest about Google and the Google Cloud. So without further ado, again, thank you so much again, Claritza. Thank you everybody else for joining. And yes,
Maritza. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. I just posted my LinkedIn link there. You can feel free to connect. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks,
thank
guys.
everybody. And now we have another session, which is the fireside chat. Everybody can accompany me to that session. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next session. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
So everybody, you can drop from this session and join in the agenda. You can find the link to the next session. Thank you so much, Claritza, again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.